He gaslit me for years, so I made him question his own reality. For 5 years, my husband convinced me I was going insane, so I spent the next 3 making him believe he was haunted, dying, and finally, that he'd never existed at all. It started with small things. Keys moved, emails deleted, meetings I'd written down that he swore we never discussed. "You're so forgetful lately," he'd say with that concerned frown. I now know was carved from pure malice. Then came the gaslights literally flickering when I entered rooms, his friends claiming they'd never received my calls, even my own therapist suggesting I might be paranoid. The final straw was finding my birth certificate in the fireplace, half charred, after he'd spent weeks insisting I'd been adopted. I filed for divorce that day. But first I decided to give him a taste of the hell he'd created for me. Phase 1 was auditory. I knew he worked late every Thursday, so I rented the empty office next to his. Through the vent, I played faint looping sounds, a child's giggle, his mother's voice who'd been dead for a decade, whispering his name, the exact tune his phone played when he received texts. Except there were never any messages. He started jumping at shadows, drinking more, blaming the building's bad wiring. Phase 2 was visual. I hired a lookalike actress to stand across the street from his apartment each morning, holding a sign with increasingly personal messages. She knows about the offshore accounts on Monday. The dog didn't run away on Tuesday. By Friday, it was just a date, 06/12/2015, the day he'd first lied to me about his business trip to Miami, where his mistress lived. He changed his route to work, so I had her show up at his favorite coffee shop, his gym, even sitting in the pew behind him at church. The finale was digital. I created a cascading series of fake news articles, social media posts, and even a Wikipedia page documenting his death in a boating accident last year. A grieving former colleague messaged him asking why he was impersonating a dead man. His own sister unfriended him after mourning him for months. When he went to the police, they found his death certificate in the system, courtesy of a hacker I'd hired in Belarus. The last time I saw him, he was wandering through the grocery store muttering to himself and checking his pulse every few seconds. He'd lost his job, his friends, and his grip on what was real. As I passed him in the cereal aisle, I smiled gently and said, "Rough day?" He stared right through me like I was a ghost. Some people say I went too far, but you can't convince me of that. After all, I'm clearly the unreliable narrator here.